At the end of this video, you're gonna figure out how to play better offense at the kitchen line and in transition.
Okay, the first form of offense that you can see at the baseline would be using the serve aggressively and then really looking to integrate the drive off of that. They kind of go hand in hand. If you serve aggressively, usually you're ending up with shorter returns. Off of those shorter returns, you should be looking to drive those third balls. Another example would be, let's say you serve deep and you push the returner back and they're on their heels and they have a hard time making it in. Obviously, you want to drive to the open court or you want to drive to the returner that stayed back at the baseline. Another example would be your opponents are stacking or they're unwinding. If they're stacking or unwinding, great time to serve out wide, pull the returner wide. That way when they're sliding over to the other side of the court, they're going to be late getting there, put you in a great position to drive to the open court. So here's some examples, or here's some looks on how to use the serve and the drive at the baseline. Okay, serve and the drive to start. So first and foremost, anytime you were looking to serve bigger, I think there's some key points around that. Firstly would be, don't be afraid to miss your serve long. I think there's so many high-level players out there that are scared to miss their serve long. If you're adding lots of paddle head speed, if you're getting friction, if you're swinging low to high, if you're getting lots of topspin, it's actually very difficult to miss the serve long. So I gotta trust the serve, I gotta trust that I can get enough depth and it's gonna stay in the court by getting some shape and getting some height in the serve. The overall serve would look something like this. Take a look. E, if you just wanna hit a return, stay there, fine. Okay, so I'm looking to go low to high. I'm getting lots of paddle head speed. I'm looking to really shape the serve. I don't wanna go linear because it's tough to get depth hitting flat. So I'm looking to really lift it. When I lift it, I'm making sure that my tip of the paddle gets down there. If it gets down there, usually it's a little easier to get that shape or get that roundness in the ball trajectory. Again. Paddle head speed, I'm climbing up the ball. I'm making sure that I'm not chasing my toss and my toss is not too far in. I'm using my legs and I'm getting lots of paddle head speed. Here's what the serve and the drive looks like, okay? So first example would be, I'm gonna serve. Ethan's gonna be a little late coming in. He's gonna get stuck in no man's land. The only time that we call mid-court no man's land is when you're returning and you're late coming in and you're having to take a fourth ball at your feet from no man's land. This is how it would look. I'm serving aggressively, I'm pushing him back. Usually when I serve aggressively too, I try to just go belly button. That's a big target for me. And for me, visually, for some reason, I'm much more consistent with my depth if I give myself a key point to kind of serve at. So my key point generally is always belly button. So I'm gonna serve belly button. Okay, he's late. Nice. And I'm just gonna pick on his feet there, okay? That sort of drive, I'm probably hitting it at like 40%. Why? The last thing I wanna do if my opponent is in no man's land is to be hitting him a drive that he can take out of the air. I wanna try to go feet over heat, or I simply wanna try to put him in a position where he's having to lift the ball up from his shoelaces. Take a look. Big serve. He's late coming in. Spinny drive, get it at his feet, force him to cause an unforced error. Something else I can do from here. If I see him late coming in, I can kind of naturally start moving inside the court. When I move inside the court, I'm looking to drive and then close in off of that. Take a look. I'm serving aggressively, pushing him back. He's late, drive at his feet, okay? And whether he pops it up and I can come in and close, or simply he just sees my presence moving forward, he starts looking at things that are outside of his control, those are all good things, okay? So just looking to capitalize off the serve, get the drive down, extra spinny, find his feet, and then close in from there. Last one here. Nice. Get it at his feet, ball gets popped up. Now I can look to close in and be aggressive. So let's show that same look. Let's say that Ethan's partner is gonna be standing off the court because Ethan's partner is, they're stacking and Ethan's partner wants to play the right. Ethan's playing the left. So prime example here, if my opponent is stacking or if they're unwinding, I'm not gonna go belly button with my location on the serve. I'm gonna serve out wide. Why? Because when I serve out wide, it's gonna force him to take some steps laterally, get outside the court. Now he's late coming in. When he's late coming in, I'm looking to drive open court here, okay? So pulling the serve out wide, getting him to be late with his court positioning, and then I'm driving open court. Take a look. Pulling him out of position, driving down the line there, okay? It's very, very difficult for my opponent when they get pulled out of position on the return if they're stacking to get back to the other side of the court. Take a look. Pull him out wide, drive open court, and even if he were to hit that, so watch this next play. He's gonna be hitting the volley as he's moving. you're gonna recognize that his control on his volley is not all that great as his feet's moving. And that's kind of like a common theme. Whether you're speeding up and you're testing your opponent's hands, or you're driving at your opponent and testing their hands, if their feet are moving, they're not gonna be as precise, and the volley isn't gonna be as clubby or as powerful coming back. Okay, serving out wide. Ethan's gonna get to this ball, but he's not gonna do much with it. Nice. Okay, so Ethan was out of position there. That volley really didn't hurt me. That volley could put me in a position where I could drive again, or that drive could enhance my drop. On that next one, I could drop and then move forward. Last example here, I pull Ethan out of position. Okay, I'm driving. Volley's a little floatier. Now I can drop and move forward from there. Okay, next example here is looking to bring some offense in transition. So one form of offense is I have drove a ball down the line. I'm moving forward off of my drive, and I would say that drive, it's definitely not when I'm off my back foot. Anytime I hit a third ball drive when I'm off my back foot, rarely ever am I gonna look to blindly close. This is more of like an address and assess. I'm gonna look to drive, look to address and assess, take my time, and then probably drop and move forward. This example would be I'm kind of inside the court, I'm here, I've just hit a big serve, and I have a shorter return. I'm looking to drive, and I'm looking to move forward off of that, and then get in my opponent's vision, make them look at things that are outside of their control. Hopefully it maybe hinders their volley. If they float their volley, great, because I'm closing in, looking to be a line, and then pounce all over that. It would look just like this. I'm gonna have Ethan feed a return. He's gonna feed a return to me. It's gonna be a little shorter. Okay, I'm driving, moving forward, and then looking to close in off of that. Again, again, again. I'm driving, moving forward. Okay, so know that your first step needs to be very quick here. After I drive, I'm probably camping more backhand. Why? Because I can cover more space with the backhand, but I'm making sure that the forehand is available. Main thing is just driving, looking to trust the drive, get the drive linear, get it down, and then close in off of it and keep those hands ready. Okay, shorter return, I'm driving. Okay, caught a little net tape there. Last one here, drive. Okay, so drive and blindly close, and you can only do that if it's shorter off the return and it's inside the court. Let's say that I've just hit a third ball drop. Now I'm in transition and I'm playing defense. I would say the answer of offense here, if you're playing defense and you're breaking down and you're trying to drop, if you find that your opponent's overleaning, overextended, chasing trash, anytime you see this, a pop-up could be coming, that's a great time. If Ethan is out there chasing trash, that's a great time for me to close in, look to be aggressive. Why? Because it's gonna be tough for Ethan to hurt me from this red zone area. Take a look, take a look. So I drop, get Ethan to kind of overlean, and then I can look to be aggressive from there. Once I see him get in this position, great time for me to go, okay? Once I see him get in that position, great time for me to go. Okay, and it's just that visual of seeing that he's in a bad spot, he's in his red zone, and I can capitalize by closing in. Okay, last one. He's overleaning. It's a little stretched, again. Drop, he's overleaning.